Game against two 700s. See what type of thing you would expect from great ratings under 1000. Didn't catch it from the start. I'm trying to get these games in as best possible, but let's just get a picture so far. There's not castled at the minute, and they're still attacking through the center. I've not done descriptors for like the 700 under thousands. So you could just picture the fact of there's going to be a lot of missed positions, bad positions, the attempts at maybe trying to work the pieces together-ish, but combinations should really cause them a bit of headache. No defense really. So it should be a bit jumbled up in terms of the movements on the board. There may be some good strikes, but they'll be, based on the quick and dirty tactic type thing. So more tactical than positional. If you're seeing positional at this level, run a mile. So it should be more tactical and happy to take pieces off the board, really, in that sense. Black is +2 from that situation. Maybe they were plus before, wasn't looking. So attacking, yeah, straightforward. It's the end result of it. It's the transition from the opening through to the mid, and if there's an end game, then through to the end game type thing. That's really where you see the big difference. So we're still kind of, it's the start of the mid game. Yeah, they've put pressure on the queen. Yeah. So it's not to say they do not know how to play chess, and this is kind of like the fallacy that people potentially have about lower rated players, is that they think they can't do anything. Yeah, I've seen low rated players whoop high rated players because the high rated players have underestimated their basic simple moves. So they're on the attack, and look at the position they've got here. Yeah, so they're hitting the rook. Bishop's not hitting anything else, so the rook can come and defend and attack the bishop. So black's still +2. And for the exchange, doesn't mind his king not castling. Rook puts the check on, probably brings the king up here. Maybe they're going to bring it back, but okay. You see the not big issue, it's just that and now it's opened up this square, so the king but still potentially doing this at some point. Once the bishop's moved, probably attacking the knight, something to attack. But the lower rated games are more telling, as we said. Mid-end, you just see like either some shocking play, or you see some maneuvers that you think they wouldn't see that. And that's where the question's coming in. Lower rated players don't play like that, but they do. They do. If those opportunities are given, they do. But if you really pick the bones out of their moves, you will realize that they haven't achieved the best positions. They haven't used the best strategical maneuvers. They haven't found the best purposes for their pieces. They haven't utilized the best purposes for their pieces. But they can look good because they're moving the pieces around the board, capturing pieces. But take a seat back and actually play one of them with a sensible head on, and you can start building some advantages against them. See these simple attacks here going on and stuff like that? All simple, straightforward stuff. So it takes, oops, I moved it. That's I better take that back. That's going to be one of those guesses now, isn't it? Observing game, blah, blah. Maybe they've got an issue with taking, but because the king's going to come here, then they're probably thinking of taking this pawn here. But are they getting trapped? That's probably what they're thinking. Also, this rook has got a nice position here for a checkmate if this knight moves. Am I not back in the game? Screen looks grayed out from my move. Oh, it's there. So they did take, but they didn't attack the rook. Now he's got a discover check and everything is on a white square apart from, everything is on a dark square apart from the bishop. So he can go for the bishop, it's just that the king can attack the rook. So it might be getting a bit jumbled up, and they have done that pawn move as well. I missed all of that. And I think sometimes the under 1000s games can look more interesting than the 1800 games, which can look a little bit dry. And it's strange to make that comparison between levels that are so far removed from each other. But I think for me, it's that understanding that, well, the higher up you go, to me, it doesn't mean that you've got all of the basics down pat within the game of chess. It just means that you've beaten people with the stuff that you've done at the minute. Doesn't mean you actually understand the full concepts, the basics, the principles, that type of stuff. You've just played games and you've beaten people with what you currently have. And that's really all the way up until the 1900s. You can get away with that, just playing people with and beating people with what you've got, you know. The 1900s, probably a little bit more kind of respectful in terms of they understand, you know, the proper basics of chess and the concepts and principles and ideas. So that knowledge is there and they are applying it. And, you know, it is an advanced level at which they've achieved that. That's the majority. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them have got to the 1900s by just simply utilizing what they've got, and they've not put anything special in there. They're just beating people because they just can beat people. Yeah, but it's not based on knowledge gained. It's just gained on practicing the game, just playing the game, and that is it. Not actually from gathering knowledge and utilizing knowledge, strategic, this, that, and the other, understanding principles and concepts and all that. It's just they played and they're just beating people. And as they go in, they're just getting better at understanding how to kind of beat people, but not really fully understanding what the chess is. You can get to that level by doing that. Yeah, you don't have to have knowledge or specialist or be able to talk about it and say, I'm doing this because of X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. You can get 1900 by just doing that. Just playing games, beating people, and that is it. What I'm trying to do is understand how to develop my game, how to gain advantages, how to look at and compare and really contrast everything around the game of chess, the personalities, the characteristics of the players, styles,